is one of the things that I have been hearing that is affecting farmers a great deal in regard to the side effects of the Iran war is the price of fertilizer. And one of the things that I hear out of the administration is, well, over 75% of this growing season's fertilizer was purchased prior to the Iranian war. So I guess my questions are, how bad is the fertilizer situation through the Hormuz Strait affecting farmers? Did they actually buy 75% of their fertilizer? And if so, does buying equate to delivered?
Yeah. I know it's going to shock you, Tom, to learn that 75% of the fertilizer being purchased does not equate into only 25% of farmers need to purchase fertilizer for the year.
Right.
What
Yeah.
what what they've done is they've taken an average of the amount of fertilizer that was purchased. They've kind of sequestered that out among all farmers, and that amount of fertilizer could have, if we use the exact same amount that we did last year, could cover 75% of the farmers out there. But the truth is this. Let me tell it with a personal story just to give you an example. The cost of fertilizer is basically double. Okay. So I've got a really good friend who is a sugar beet farmer up in northern Minnesota. They raise sugar beets up there. We make sugar out of them. And just to give you an example, he's got the perfect setup, Tom. He owns all of his equipment, no loans at all. Okay. He owns all of his land, no loans on his land, no mortgages, second mortgages, anything like that. And then whenever you belong to a farm co-op, you can belong to a farm co-op in two different ways. You can have shares in that co-op where you get a discounted entryway into the co-op, but you have to kind of share your profits with the rest of the members of the co-op, or you can own shares where you don't have to do that. He has the second, meaning everything he sells, he gets to keep all the money from it. Okay.
Okay.
No equipment loans, no debt on his land. Perfect scenario in his co-op. He's only going to run a 5% margin in profit this year if nothing else goes up in cost. And since I talked to him about that, which was about a month and a half ago, diesel went up another 27 cents. So you've got a farmer with zero debt, Tom, zero debt, that very likely could be just farming for the subsidies and the crop insurance. He may make nothing on the actual crop that he raises.
And that's because of the fertilizer situation.
It's because of fertilizer and fuel. Those are the two main drivers that are killing farmers right now. Yeah. And
Okay, so
literally killing farmers, Tom. We have 3 to 12 farmers a day that are unaliving themselves. It's almost as bad as it was during the 80s farm crisis.
really,
Yeah.
those are the kind of numbers we're seeing.
Yeah. Depending on what source you look at, because they'll break it down by other causes, Some of them are vets that maybe came back with PTSD, but at a minimum, we have 3 farmers per day. That's the minimum number.
Now, can you explain what is it that is held up in the strait in the Persian Gulf that can't get through for these farmers for the fertilizer?
It's okay. So the Mr. Global has a really good video about this, but it's not the thing we got to remember is that it's not always a product that's held up that's causing the problem as much as like people think, well, we've got a lot of oil in the United States, we've got a lot of natural gas in the United States. But the thing is, even though we have a lot of that, we still have to run those through the international markets, and the prices are set by that international market, right? So the way we make the main fertilizers, we use natural gas and we convert it into the ammonia that we make fertilizer out of, or we do, potash, and we don't have a lot of those mines here. Those are in other countries. So what the Strait of Hormuz has done more than anything else is it's raised the international market price of fertilizers that use the materials coming out of there. For the fertilizer that we use. Iran bombed a major natural gas processing facility in the Middle East that caused prices of that to go up. So that's the primary way that it impacts us. It's driving up the international market price for these different things. And since we have to buy off of the international markets, it gets purchased wholesale at a higher price and then passed along retail at a higher price. So you've got
So
a
it's
lot
not a
of farmers that just aren't fertilizing.
So it's not a question of we don't have the product. It's a question of the market's driving the cost of the product up. Like, and
Right.
I'm mutuals with Mr. Global as well. And
Yeah.
I hear him talk all the time about how
Yeah.
we're not going to run out of fuel.
No, and we're not
It's just the
running
cost
out
is
of
just going to keep going
fertilizer.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.